Hello everyone, my name is Jack Fisher and welcome to my world. And from this world, I bring you another one of my comic book gems. Like real gems, certain places produce a lot more than others. In terms of the most productive minds, X-Men comics are among the most fertile in the greater comics landscape. I don't just say that as a lifelong X-Men fan, although I don't deny that gives me a hell of a bias. Historically, X-Men comics produce some of the best, most endearing characters you'll ever find in any comic. Their history, story, and exploits are so ripe with so many colorful personalities. There aren't many you couldn't make a solid solo series about. Now, over the X-Men's lengthy history, many characters have gotten miniseries and ongoings. And aside from Wolverine, few last very long. Now, most are decent, but they're largely forgettable. The really good ones help you appreciate the characters even more while enriching their overall story. And that's exactly the kind of story that Psylocke, a 4-issue miniseries written by Chris Yost, delivers, and then some. Now, in terms of scope, this brief but memorable miniseries from the mid-2000s is very focused. It takes an established character who already enjoys some pretty significant popularity and tries to reconnect her with her roots. Now, for someone like Psylocke, it's not entirely necessary given the convoluted nature of her story. And given the state of the X-Men comics at the time, there's not much it can really add. But by the end, this series reminds X-Men fans why they love Psylocke and why she's such a great character. The setup is both simple and familiar. After some rather messy events with the rest of the X-Men, Betsy travels back to Japan. There, she confronts an old nemesis in Mitsuo Suriyaba, the man responsible for her mind being trapped in someone else's body. She didn't go there looking for a fight. As is often the case with her and many other characters like her, the fight finds her. And it's not some generic mutants versus ninja plot. This struggle is very personal. Those who know Betsy's complicated history understand that. And even if you don't, this story covers just enough for you to appreciate what she's going through. Here are the basics. She was a British woman from a prominent family. She found out she was a mutant. She had a few adventures with the X-Men. Then, after an encounter with the Hand, Marvel's army of undead ninjas, her mind got trapped in the body of Quanon, a skilled assassin who also happened to be Mitsuo Suriyaba's lover. Now trust me, there's a much larger story to that, one I highly recommend exploring if you're an aspiring X-Men fan. But those are the only details you need to know in order to enjoy this mini. It starts with Psylocke wanting to return her former body to its proper resting place. Without getting into too many spoilers, I'll just say that simple effort goes horribly wrong. It leads to a new encounter with Mitsuo, and a reopening of many old scars and bitter disputes, some of which includes allies as well as enemies. And since the story involves ninjas in Japan, Wolverine naturally gets involved. But however, he never takes over the story, as he tends to do in both X-Men comics and movies. This is still Psylocke's story. This is her confronting this old demon from her past and resolving it once and for all. It's not entirely fueled by revenge, rage, or hatred. Those are only minor factors in a much larger motivation. Psylocke still carries a lot of baggage from having her mind trapped in someone else's body. It's one of the most defining parts of her character, but one that got tricky to expand on the longer she stayed in Quanon's body. Revisiting that story almost seemed taboo. And that's understandable to some extent. Most would rather read stories about Psylocke being this badass psychic ninja while looking good in a skin-tight outfit. I enjoy that as much as the next male X-Men fan. But without these personal elements to her story, the best parts of her personality often get lost. This miniseries highlights the genuine, honorable aspects of her character. And yes, she looks gorgeous every step of the way. Artist Harvey Talibo's artwork does great justice to her beauty. But the aesthetics never take away from the story or the growth she undergoes along the way. By the end of the miniseries, you get the sense that Psylocke is in a better place. She reconnected with this distressing yet critical part of her life. She endured plenty of hardships and fought plenty of battles, but she still made it through and she's stronger because of it. That's exactly what you want for a miniseries like this. And this series accomplishes all that in a mere 4 issues. Every issue is so focused and concise. Chris Yost makes every single moment count. Whether you're a casual or a hardcore X-Men fan, or just want another reason to love Psylocke, this miniseries delivers. It's a worthy, honorable gem that I highly recommend. And as always, I've provided both a Comixology link and an Amazon link in the description. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please stay tuned for more of Jack's Comic Gems, and thanks for joining me in my world. Please like, comment, subscribe, and take care and stay safe.